Hey, Blue Table fans. Today we're doing something a little bit different. This is a Flames of War table that I made basically yesterday and the day before. This is I cut it up in 2x2 squares, and one of the first things you'll see, especially if you're playing Flames of War, is that I should have done it really well. Got into your solar plexus. Oh!
Why are you so mean to me, Joseph? All I did is touch your bristly beard.
So anyway, so this is for Flames of War. So the scale, let me pull out some Panzer IVs so you can kind of see, those of you who are or who are not familiar with Flames of War.
Roughly equivalent to a Predator tank.
Yeah. So this is 15 millimeter size stuff. This Flames of War's terrain traditionally is very, very similar in many respects to Warhammer's terrain, in that it is kind of a symbolic based terrain. It's not exactly what you see, what you get. But Flames of War, one of the things that I like about it is that it does create, it's more on the side of what you see is what you get. So if a vehicle's mostly covered behind a building or whatever it is, then it gets a cover. If it's mostly exposed, and it doesn't, and this kind of thing. In Flames of War, there's all kinds of different terrains, terrain features, but I've done a little shake up on this. I was going to do this more on more into a late summer scheme, but I liked the no leaves on it so much that for now it's a very wet March, or it's a very wet February. Not February. What's that other month where Thanksgiving happens?
November.
November. There we go. If they're going to fight, this guy has cover because part of his forward base mass is covered by trees. So he gets a cover thing. Now, if the same tank is firing through those woods to this tank here,
That's a whole bunch of trees.
that's a whole bunch of trees, and that's blocked line of sight. So that's kind of how we're working this type of thing, because his base, whether it's side or front, his base mass is certainly all the way covered, even though you can effectively sort of see him. Okay, there's a couple of interesting little features going on I think are pretty fun and exciting. There's this sort of a path-like feature that's going on through here, which I think looks super cool. That was really fun doing. Used a brush to kind of clear it out and then to do some retexturing on it as well. One thing you see in forests and kind of wildland, I went for a wildland look because most Flames of War stuff, it's in bocage hedgerow stuff, it's in towns, it's in fields, and this sort of thing. And I wanted us to do something that you don't normally see in a Flames of War game, when it's wildland. There's not civilization around. There's no roads and bridges and towns and things. One thing I've seen as hiking through the woods and either lowlands by lakes or whatever, you see oftentimes depressions that kind of don't make a whole lot of sense, but it gives you the impression that this is a long time ago, maybe a crevasse or a what do you call that? Sinkhole collapsed in or something like that. So that's kind of a normal sort of thing.
Or aliens used it for something.
Yeah, I'm going for aliens. Alien footprints walking over there, and we'll do that one over there. There is, there's that, which is really fun. I actually kind of like this really gravelly, sort of dirty sort of part. You'll notice I didn't paint my edges black yet, and so if you see pink poking through, that is just because I haven't painted my edges black yet. We're painting the edges black. Painting the edges black. Not red, no green, no aquamarine. We're painting the edges black. Let's see what else is kind of cool. got the river thing, that thing. Oh, over around here, there's kind of a cool spot where there's kind of like a cave collapsed area, which is fun.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's really cool.
For the Flames of War guys that are wondering, can you even play on that? I'm gonna get a couple of guys. Now, I based my guys originally for a greener field, so I'm going to change my basing up a little bit so that it matches this more. But you know, you can still put your infantry guys on climbing the hill. You know, you can still, you know, put all your guys inside like this. You know, and do their thing. They can still climb up and down the hills. You know, even in the cool little places right here where there's a little bit of tree variation, they can still get in there and do their thing. Let's see, what else would be questionable? The riverbed, totally fun. Of course, they can climb on through still. And I've got places where you can reach in and still put guys like that. We'll do a couple placement checks as well. So you can still put your guys there.
Same thing with the tanks. The tanks all fit in there really nicely.
Yeah, you can still do everything that you want to do. So, oh, they almost disappeared. Holy cow. Yeah. When I change their bases up a little bit, when I modify them slightly to match this thing, these guys will literally disappear. And that's one thing that I'm kind of a dork with. You know, I'm banking on the guy I'm playing against, forgetting that I have teams here and teams there and teams there, because he can't see them, you know. So for me, I'm kind of going for more of the realistic application of camouflage, even though it might mean that I forget where my guys are. So maybe they're just, you know, having coffee. The Sherman rolls over, forgot about us the whole game, you know. How do you say that in German? It's fine, Gefegen, Sherman! Oh! You know, and then they sit there and keep drinking their coffee or whatever it may be. So let's see, we got a couple other places we can check and test out. Oh yeah, so you can put your guys totally inside these forested areas. You know, it works really well. Let's see, especially inside of here. You know, it works good there. Again, down the river you can, over the river and through the woods. Oh, and these woods too. You know, your guys still wiggle right in. So I just love that you can't even see those guys. That's totally red.